Welcome, everyone, to another episode of PC Building Simulator. In the last episode, we finished everything we had, so I believe we've got some new emails and some new builds to go through. So let's get started on that. Let's see, this one says, all right, babes, site's going great, even getting papped myself sometimes. But you know the problem with success? Suddenly everyone wants a piece of you. Some total D-list celeb that I'd barely even write about anyway is having a hissy fit with their lawyer and is suing me for libel. They've even made me shut down the site, although I'm back up and running under a different name, of course. Can't keep the truth down. Anyway, Darl, could you be an angel and swap a new hard drive into this machine? Got to hand it over the old one as evidence. So let's go ahead and accept that. Let's see what hard drive they have in there. So they've got a Mortoni Easy Store 250 gig. Let's go ahead and get one of those in our shopping cart. Was it I've already forgotten. 250 gig. Let's do that. Let's see. Dear Sir / Madam, I'm actually looking for a new build. There's this game I really want to play. Hatoful Boyfriend, A School of Hope and White Wings, minimum spec. I've had some bad experiences where people haven't properly benchmarked their changes. I heard you guys put used parts in PCs. Please don't do that. So they want a new PC that will play this game. So let's accept that. I already had this pulled up. So here's what it needs for the minimum spec: 4 gigs of RAM, 2 gigs of VRAM, 2 gigs of storage, a Pentium G4400, and a GTX 750 Ti. So we will get a build that matches that. And then we've got this one in all caps. Hello, I need a computer so I can chat with my grandson. Don't need much, cheap as possible. Thank you, Gene. So we just need to build Gene a PC that costs less than $450 in parts. So let's accept that one. Okay. So I am going to cut away real quick. I'm going to get some builds for these two computers so we can go ahead and order all the parts. We'll get everything in, we'll end the day, and we'll get started building. So for this first build for the, let's see. For this one that can play this Hatoful Boyfriend, gonna get a Mortoni H170, an i5 6400, a Cooler Master Liquid 120, two 4 gig sticks of Shein Titan RAM, a GeForce GTX 1050, a 1 terabyte hard drive, 120 gig SSD, 300 watt power supply, and an NZXT H440 black and orange, which I don't think I've built in yet. So that's for the first build. I'm going to cut away again, and I will get the under $450 build put together, and I will be right back. And for the second build, we're going to get another Mortoni H170 board. We're going to use a Intel Celeron G3930, which we already have in our inventory. We're going to put this Mortoni Thermal 100 cooler on that. We're going to use 2 sticks of the Mortoni Value Supreme 2 gig of RAM. We already have one in our inventory. We're going to use a Gigabyte GT1030, which we already have in our inventory. A Shein Power King 250, 120 gig hard drive, and we'll put it in the Silverstone PS14 that has no window because nobody wants to look at the parts that are going in that, including probably Gene, who doesn't care. So let's go ahead and get this purchased for next day delivery. Let's go end our day and get our repair as well as our parts in. Okay. There's all of our parts. Let's start with the repair. This one just needed a new hard drive. I'll get this taken apart. Yeah, access is from this side. Let's unplug it. Let's say storage. Get the new one in. Let's cable it back up. Oops. Okay. Let's connect our cables to the outside here. Let's start it up and make sure everything works. Let's go ahead and put our USB drive. Okay. While that's starting up, I am going to go ahead and put this side panel back on the case. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to work. And it does, so let's get this case put back together. And let's get it put out in the hall and send it on its way. So let's get this case over here. And we will put this case over here. Let's see here. This one, I believe, goes here. Yes, and Gene goes with this case. Let's start with Gene's inexpensive build here. Let's get the back, or the back, whatever side this is, taken off. Get the motherboard installed. Perfect. Let's get our RAM clips open. Okay. We're putting the G3930 in this one. And this Mortoni value RAM. Because Gene doesn't seem to care. I didn't see anything about not wanting used parts. I don't think Gene cares. Don't know if I need to take both of those out. Let's get our GT1030. Yep, that's only a single slot. Put one of those back in. And we'll close this up. Okay. Let's get our power supply in there. And we'll get the hard drive. What do we get? The 120. Okay, let's start wiring this up. And the front panel connector. Let's get some thermal paste. And we'll get our cooler. And let's cable that up. think that is basically everything. Let's go ahead and connect the outside cables here. And we will get a USB drive installed in the back, and let's try a power on. Let's go into the BIOS real quick and make sure everything is running properly. Let's just turn XMP on. And we'll do a quick restart. And we'll let the OS install. I'm going to go ahead and put this side panel on. Okay, so we are up and running. I don't see a need for any more cooling really in this, so let's go ahead and get this side panel on. We'll power it down, and we'll get it out here into the hall. Oh, that's a good looking case. Yeah. Okay, let's get the side panel off. Let's start building this. Get this panel off as well. Man, there's a lot of space in this case for hard drives. Let's get the motherboard in. This would make like a good server case or something where you need a whole lot of hard drives. Okay. Let's get our RAM clips opened. Go ahead and open the CPU shield as well. Let's get the i5-6400 installed. And we'll get our RAM in. Doing the Shein Titan RAM. Okay. Let's remove a couple of these for our graphics card. And this one looks like it's got one of these rings, so let's go ahead and take that off as well. Make it a little easier to get our power supply in. Let's see. Graphics cards. We're doing the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 1050. Even though it only really needed a 750 Ti to play at minimum spec, we had a budget of like $953, so I upgraded a few things. Let's get our power supply in. Oh, this is another one of those weird cases where you put the screws in, just into the power supply. And then when we put the PSU mount on, somehow it magically goes around those screws. Okay. Let's get our... Actually, I bet we need to take this top panel off. Let's get our CPU cooler installed. Oh, first we need some thermal paste. And then we will get our CPU cooler installed. Excellent. Okay. Let's get some storage in here. Can't install that there because of the graphics card? Really? Can I install it now? Nope. Huh. Okay, I'll take the graphics card out. I'm curious to see if I can install. Okay, so that's installed. Can I put the graphics card in now? Okay. So in this particular case, you've got to put the SSD on before you put the graphics card in. Interesting. All right, let's get the hard drive. I think we are ready to start cabling this up. Don't have any orange cables. Wonder how this color would look. That kind of matches. Let's do that. Get the cooler plugged in there. Get our SSD connected. Let's get our hard drive connected. Let's connect our fans. Connect our fan hub. Front panel connectors. Okay. I think we've got everything connected here. So let's connect these cables and let's see if we can get it to start. Let's get our USB drive installed as well. And let's go into the BIOS real quick. Let's go ahead and turn XMP on. And we will let this install the operating system. Let's go ahead and put the back of this case on. Actually, let's put the top panel on first. Now this side. And this side. And that is a pretty good looking case. Yeah. I'll have to build in that one again. That NZXT logo looks like it lights up as well. Okay. So let's power this down. And we will go put it out here in the hallway. And let's collect some money. We'll collect this one from Gene. And we'll collect this one. And this one. Oops. Let's see. So we've got some new parts available here. And some more new parts. NZXT H440 Hyper Beast. Okay, so it looks like we got some new emails in. We will take care of those in the next episode. I'm going to end this episode here. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to catch more of my content as soon as it goes live, hit the subscribe button and then click the little bell icon next to it, and you will be alerted as soon as a new video goes live. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next episode.